All right. Hello, everybody. You are welcome once again. I'm so much excited to have everybody here. Thank you so much for joining me once again here at Life Growth with Olafisoye again. I'm so much excited, especially about today's event or today's program. We are talking about productivity, and I know for as many of you that have been following our conversation this month has been a whole lot on productivity. And I believe that for as many of you that have taken out time to listen to many of our productions this month, you will know that there is so much to productivity that we don't know. And I'm really so much excited about today's event because we'll be learning from the pro, right, on productivity. And I believe you are going to enjoy it. I have a favorite quote. Let me say one of my favorite quotes. It says that one of the greatest discovery that the human discovered is that a man have the ability to change his or her life by changing his or her attitude. Let me say that again. That one of the greatest discovery in life is that you have the ability to change your life by changing your attitude, by changing your attitude. And I believe that our events today, our conversation today is going to be something like a stepping stone, right, for you to become a productivity master, all right? That it's not just going to be about piling up activities, it's going to be about that at every day you are going to mark yourself being productive, all right? So I want to welcome everyone. I would love to know where you are watching me from. So use the comment box to tell me your name and where you are watching me from. All right. Tell me your name and where you are watching me from, whether you are watching from Lagos, Nigeria, or from Accra, Ghana. All right. So I want to know, or from the United States. All right. So please, I want you to tell me your name and where you are watching me from. Now, today is not just going to be about learning, there is also going to be freebies for some people, for selected people, all right? So if you want to be the person that is going to receive that gift, make sure you pay attention. So when my guest today is, talking or addressing us, make sure you listen attentively. I'm going to tell you what that gift is later on, okay? So, but without any further ado, I want to introduce my guest for today. All right. I want to introduce my guest for today. But before I introduce my guest, I want to quickly appreciate our uh, sponsors for today's event. I want to appreciate Shokeni Solutions. Of course, they would speak to us briefly. They will speak to us briefly during the course of this event from Shokeni Solutions. All right. So I can see. What's that? All right. So I can see Ayomikun, okay, from Covenant University. Thank you so much, Ayomiku. Thank you so much. I hope that others will join us as we go on. Our guest for today's event is Mr. at Onward University, Washington, D.C., USA. Hailing from Ute, I hope I'm correct with the pronunciation. Hailing from Ute, Ondo State, Nigeria, he graduated with a first class honor in biochemistry from Adeleke University, Ede, Osun State. Following his graduation, he served as a lecturer in the Department of Biochemistry at Adeleke University before securing admission for his PhD at Onward University. Currently, his research focuses on biophysical chemistry with a specific interest in the quantification of juvenile hormone 3. I hope that's 3 in diapausin mosquitoes. Interesting. His work contributes to a deeper understanding of mosquito biology, which has potential implications for disease control and vector management. Mr. Adeola believes that productivity is about working smarter, not just harder, focusing on outcomes and effectiveness rather than mere activity. Men and brethren, it's with great honor to welcome Mr. Adeola Oluwatosin Benjamin. Hello, sir. How are you today, sir?
I am doing perfectly well. I'm doing good. Thank
All
you
right,
so
you are
much
looking
for
good.
the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much.
And thank you so much for coming. We are really excited to have you, sir. How is US over there now?
Fine, fine, fine. Just the weather, it's fluctuating and all, we're adapting to the entire weather
So,
condition and
so,
all.
so is it currently cold over there? Are you in the cold season now?
Yeah, the code is gradually going, but at the same time, it's fluctuating. Now it's cold actually, but not so
Right.
cold. It's cold actually, but not
Oh,
so cold.
all right, all right. I mean, you are in Washington, D.C. How often do you see President Donald Trump?
Ah, you know, we are students now, so we just focus on
Okay.
academics and all.
So you don't see more phone. All right, all
You
right. No, I thought
know,
maybe it's in Washington D.C. So maybe you see yourself on phone.
it's
All
just to,
right,
just to go around and all to visit, White House and all. So that's it.
all right. Thank you so much once again
Uh,
for coming here, sir. We are really grateful. Thank you so much. We are really grateful to have you here. I'm going to leave the platform for you right now. I know you have a
okay.
presentation for us. So let me just brief our audience. Mr. Adeola is just going to talk to us about the subject matter. Then after a session, we are going to have a short commercial break. Then we would have guest from Show Kenny Solutions talk to us, right? And immediately after that, we have questions and answers. So if you have any question as Mr. Adeola is talking, please do well to use the comment box. We'll try as much as possible to address all questions, all right? We'll try as much as possible to address all questions. And let me say this. I said it the other time that we have freebies, all right? There is gift for two people. Not let me say for everybody. I wanted to say for everybody. All right, but we have gifts for two people. So if you pay attention and you are able to answer some questions I'm going to ask you immediately after Mr. Adeola is done, then you are opportuned to be the benefactor of that gift. All right, Mr. Adeola, I'm going to give the platform to you now. All right, over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, the host. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I want to welcome everyone who is watching from different parts of the world. And it's a great honor to be here today. And one of the most important thing is time management. We'll be talking more about time management and also success strategies for it. So, how to maximize your time for success, productivity strategies for students. So, that's basically what we'll be talking about today. And I would love each and every one of us to pay rapt attention. And as we've said earlier, question and answer will be entertained afterwards. So, to start with, productivity is about working smarter, not just harder, focus on outcomes and effectiveness, not just mere activity. One of the things I have noticed over time is that students work so hard. They work so hard, you know, and at the end, they get a very little results. So working smarter is the best strategy. So, and one of the things that I always say is that students need to work so smartly in the sense that whatsoever they are doing it with all their hearts. So let's look at this example now. A student who is focused for 2 hours on a particular thing, or for instance, you are studying for 2 hours focused, and someone who is not focused or who is distracted for 5 hours while studying, who do you think is working smarter? Of course, someone who is not distracted, someone who is focused for just 2 hours. And unfortunately, these are the way students are. Some students are actually. They say they read for 10 hours, 7 hours, and as they are doing the reading, there is, phone beside them, notifications coming in, they are clicking and liking at the same time they are reading. That's distraction. So to have proper effectiveness, to have proper outcome, you need to work smart. And one of the ways to work smart is to be focused on what you are doing. That is very, very important. And one question I would want to ask is, how many of you feel like there is never enough time to do everything? So many people feel that there is never, enough time. I don't have time. You see people, they will say there's no enough time, there's no enough time, there's no enough time, you know. So one of the things that we need to know, we need to realize that there is time, actually. There is time in the sense that the reason why people say that there is no time is because they fail to make judicious use of the time that we have. We have 24 hours. Everyone has 24 hours. The same 24 hours you have is the same 24 hours the president of the United States has. The same 24 hours the president of Nigeria has. The same 24 hours the richest man in the whole world has. So it's the same. So how we use the time is so important. And it is said that time management is life management. So as students, we need to know how to manage our time effectively. It is so important. So we need to take judicious use of our time. And at the same time, we need to know that time management really matters. One of the reasons why time management matters is that it reduces stress. And also, it improves grade and also creates work-life balance. So as a student now, if you manage your time effectively, it improves your grade and also reduces your stress at the same time. Instead of you running etasketa during deadlines, just to meet up a deadline for assignments, you've done the assignment on time and, you take the rest of the time to rest, which is very important. And at the same time too, if you are a graduate, it is very important to every youth need effective time management. It is so important that we learn it. So that is one of the things I want us to put in mind today, that time management is life management. So how to balance academics, personal growth, and opportunities. So how can we balance academics, personal growth, and opportunities? If we look at these three things, they are very important, but it is so disheartening that youths of nowadays, students of nowadays, we tend to take one as a priority than the other. For instance, now, some people are academically smart, like academically they are there, 100%. But for personal growth, no. Opportunities, no. They don't make use of opportunities. So it is so important to balance it. And life is about balance. So it is so important that we learn how to balance it. Show me someone who is successful, and I will show you someone who balance things. So there is a mnemonics here. ASAP, that I want to use so that you can remember all the points that we're going to talk about. So for us to balance academics, personal growth, and opportunities, this is the mnemonics. ASAP. As soon as possible. Now, someone will say as soon as possible. My name is Tosin. So you can just say as soon as possible, Tosin. ASAP, Tosin. I just want you to use that to remember the points I'll be giving today. ASAP, as soon as. So the A stands for adopt balance approach. Adopt balance approach. So to balance academics, personal growth, and opportunities, you need to adopt balance approach. So academics are important. Yes, I know. Very, very important. But so is personal development. I don't know if you have seen someone who study mathematics, and when this person speaks fluently. Imagine. I keep wondering, You study mathematics and yet your English is fluent. That is personal development. If we look at great men of God that we have today, we have many great men of God. Let's just take, for instance, Pastor Adeboye, Pastor W.F. Kumuyi. These people, they are mathematicians. And they are very fluent. This is as a result of personal development. Some people will tell you that, oh, I studied the so-so course. So, the way they even speak, they even express themselves, even as a graduate, the way some people express themselves, you'll be like, is this person a graduate? Personal development is so important. One of the things I would like to say is that we should not be complacent. Complacency means that you are content, or you are satisfied with who you are at the moment. Always crave for more. You can do more. It's good to be satisfied. It's good to say, oh yes, I love what I love what I have now. I'm keep up, I love what I have. It's good. But at the same time, you keep craving for more. You keep desiring for more. So academics are important, but so is what is personal development. So skills, experiences, and mental well-being. You need to learn certain skills. Apart from your academics, learn certain skills. There are other skills that you can learn. We have soft skills. What are the examples of soft skills? We have teamwork ability. We have public speaking. If you know that you're that kind of person that you cannot really express yourself in English, when you are in school, this is not just for students alone. If you are a graduate, even if you are a youth, you are listening to me today, you are in the right place. Don't say that what I know is enough. It's never enough. Always try to improve yourself. So you are in school, beautiful. But at the same time, take time to hone your skills. It is so important. So we have public speaking, we have decision making, we have patience, we have teamwork. All these things can be learned. They are soft skills. Personal development. Apart from soft skills, we have hard skills too. And this is one of the things that is required, in job. When you want to, when they want to employ someone, they most especially those coding skills, they will ask you if you have maybe critical thinking skills, all those things, So it's good to also do what? Learn hard and soft skills. Very, very important. If you join these two together, I am telling you are good to go. Academics are important, but so is personal development. And at the same time too, opportunities. You need to network. Wherever you find yourself, network. You need to talk with people. You need to engage in extracurricular activities. It's so important. Don't just say, it's just only study. It's good to study your book. Yes, it's fine. It's nice. As I said, academics are important. But at the same time too, the people that are around you, how do you relate with them? And also, what are those things that you have passion for apart from academics? You will have certain things that you so much desire to do. Is it web design that you just like to do? You just want to design website or something? Why don't you own those skills? So you need to add real world value to your education. Ask yourself this question: what kind of person do I want to become? Not just what degree I want to earn. What kind of person do I want to become? Not just what degree I want to earn. It is so important. The next one is self-reflection. So we have started with the first one is adopt balance. So we need to adopt balance. Academics is not just enough. You need to add personal development too. Then the next one is self-reflection. You need to always self-reflect. Assess yourself. You need to assess yourself. What's working and what needs adjusting. I do this often. Like I'll just look, okay, today, what have I done? What have I achieved today? So that is why it is good to start your day with a plan. Have what you do. The first thing, this is what I will do today. Then the next thing, this is what I will do. So by so doing, you'll be able to self-reflect. But if you don't have anything to do, there's nothing to reflect on. So someone doesn't have a goal for a day, who doesn't have anything to do, they will not self-reflect on anything. So that is why it's so good to set a goal. Then after you set that goal, then you will now begin to reflect on it. Okay, today, what have I done? Okay, I've said that I will do 5 to 7 things. How many have I achieved? So these things will help us to maintain balance in academics, even in our personal growth too. So, and at the same time too, we need to learn from mentors. We need to learn from our peers and seek feedback from them. It is so important. So these are ways of continuous improvement. Don't say you can't improve. Don't say that I can't learn this language. Don't say I cannot learn this thing. No, don't say that. I remember those times when because I like to share my story. I'll just share two of it. I remember those times in secondary school. I was the head boy those times, but I could not really express myself in English. I said could not really. I could not express myself those times. I could not express myself. But I was just adding it to. I knew that the English was not so. I was not good at in speaking. I was not good at it those times. So I realized this. I had to work more on it. So there's still more to it. Although I'm still learning more also now. So it is so important that you always strive for more. Strive for more. What were the things I was doing those times to improve my English? The first thing is that I got textbook, Invisible Teacher. I started reading it. That was the first thing I did those times. So that was the thing I did the other time. So I had to get a textbook, Invisible Teacher. I read the textbook. Then at the same time too, anytime maybe I'm seeing a movie, I will always look at the subtitle. I learned from it. So gradually, then I learned to express myself often in English. Express myself. When it is new, I know at times I will just go to newspaper, read. These are the ways, I began to improve gradually. So that is it. Look at that aspect of you that needs improvement and work on it. Self-reflect. It is so important. The next one is avoid overcommitment. Let us not forget. What I'm talking about is how to maintain balance between academics, your personal growth, and even, career growth too. The first one we talked about, adopt balance approach. That's the first one. Then we talk about self-reflect. Then this third one is avoid overcommitment. You need to avoid overcommitment and set boundaries. That is healthy lifestyle. So you need to avoid overcommitment. You shouldn't be the one they will see, some people, they are so fond of it. Some students, especially, in tennis court, you see them there. In on football field, you see them there. Everywhere you just see them there. They are here, you need to be focused. If it is football, that's your passion, go for it. If it is basketball, focus more on it and on that skill. Whatever you know that you can do, make sure you do it wholeheartedly. So it is so important. So don't overcommit yourself to many things that doesn't align with your goal. No. As a student, you don't need to. So which means that you need to prioritize sleep and rest. You need to recharge to stay productive. So you need to prioritize sleep. You need to rest. If you take 4 hours or 3 hours to read, if I say take 4 or 3 hours to study, it means that you are so focused, not distracted though. Some people will say that they are reading for 4 hours. That 4 hours, they are distracted for almost 3.5 hours. No, that's not what I'm saying. So after you are focused, after you have studied, the next thing is to prioritize sleep and rest. You need to rest. Take some time to rest. At the same time too, exercise. It's very, very good. Very, very good to exercise. Okay? Very, very good to exercise. And practice mindfulness. This one helps to manage stress and stay focused. Then not every opportunity aligns with your goal. So learn to say no sometimes. Learn to say no. It's not every opportunity that aligns with your goals. It's not every association you need to join in school. It's not every association you need to join. You need to look at the one that aligns with your goal and join. So let's go to the next one. The next one is personal growth. Don't forget, ASAP. So the P part is personal growth. So learning beyond classroom. So personal growth is learning beyond classroom. It's good that, okay, you studying, you reading, even as a graduate, you have the certificate. That is fine. I remember those times when I finished, when upon graduation, I looked at myself. I still need to learn, or I need to, apart from this certificate that I have, apart from having a first class degree, what other thing can I do? I went on to learn printing. It was really awesome. Like, I'm even thanking God. I'm always thanking God that I learned it, because during service, during NYSC, I got, some funds from it. I made certificate, I made frame for people, I generated income from it. Those times, it really helped me. So it is so important that apart from school, apart from academics, you encourage, or you allow personal growth. It is so important. You read books and take online courses. So you need to read books. You need to study. Even the scripture says that you should study to show yourself approved. So you need to study. It's so important. If you don't study, you will be easily deceived. There's no how. So it is so important to study. It is so important to take all these online courses. You take online courses. Okay, you know that you are not good in leadership. You know that, okay, in communication, you are not good in communication. Make sure you read books on communication, how to communicate with people, how to relate with people, how to network. Then creativity too. Then finances. You read books on finances. You read books on leadership. So look at your weak points and improve on it. Look at that your weak point and learn how to improve on it. It is so important. Then you need to develop soft skills. I told you about my own scenario. I had to develop it. It got to a time that even a law student told me that she loved my orator skill. That day I was so mesmerized. I was captivated. I was very glad, like, wow. Like, I love the way you speak, all those things. So I was like, wow, really? They never knew how I started. They never knew how I was. So it is so important that you develop yourself. People that you see today that are successful, it doesn't just start in a day. It is not about your background. Don't think it's about my background. No, it's not about your background. It's about self-development, personal development, personal growth, learning beyond classroom. You are a graduate. Beautiful, good. What other things can you do apart from your certificate? What other things have you learned? It's not just a certificate. It's not just about your second class upper. It's not just about your 2-1. It's not about your 2-2. No, not that about your grade. Not about your grade now. What other things can you offer apart from that? If you have other hard skills, good. How about soft skills? You know public speaking, okay, you can speak public, you know public speaking. How about problem solving? How about emotional intelligence? That's why you see some people that are academically, they are smart, but they don't know how to relate with people. Some people, academically, they are there, but if it comes to finances, it's zero. So it is so important that we enhance holistic approach, enhance balance. The next one is try new things. So these are the ways to maintain personal growth. You need to try new things. Look at yourself and ask yourself, what new things have I learned this year now? Dr. Miles Muro, he said that what you already have, what you can do, is no longer your potential. Potential is what you can do, but you have not yet done. So what you have done is not your potential. What you have not yet done, but you can do, but you have not yet done it. That is your potential. So it is so important that you try new things. Look at yourself. What are those things you need to try again? You need to do. For instance, now you can join. If I believe that each and every one of us, if you are here and you have not joined or you don't have any LinkedIn account, please, after this program, make sure you have a LinkedIn account. make sure you have a LinkedIn account. After this program, make sure you have a LinkedIn account, because it's a professional platform. You have lots of opportunities there. You need to tend to meet people with different achievements. You from there you network. Then another thing is attend workshops, then explore interest outside academics. Apart from academics, explore that thing as a graduate. As a graduate, or someone who is even doing NYSC, make sure you look at other things that you can do apart from your certificate. What other things can you offer apart from your certificate? The last one, but not the least, is time management. Time management. So it is so important to manage our time effectively. It is so important. So here I have the definition. Time management is the process of planning and organizing how to allocate your time effectively in order to achieve specific goals and tasks. It involves setting priorities, creating schedules, and avoiding distractions to ensure you can focus on what matters most. So it's just avoiding distractions to ensure that you focus on what matters most. That's time management. So I have some quotes here by different people. Time management is life management, just as I've said earlier. Time management is life management by Robin Sharma. Then the way we spend our time defines who we are. How do you spend your time? So the way you spend your time will define who you are. Then success is making the most of your time. You see someone who is successful now? These are the people that make most of their time. You envy people that are successful now? You know the list of people that are successful now? Yes. These are people that make most of their time. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Many people want time, but that is what we use worst. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. What does the clock? What does it do? Keep going. The clock is always moving. So you need to keep going. Still on time, because time is very, very important. What are the strategies for time management? The first thing is in our matrix. This matrix is so important because it deals with urgent and versus important. There are things that are urgent and important. So you look at those things that you look at your schedule. What are those things that are urgent and important? You do them first. These are things that you need to do first. Urgent and important. There are some things that are urgent and not important. You know that these things are urgent and not important. There are things that some friend will call you. All of a sudden, they just call you, whether you are in class, and just call you. See, come and look at this. They are making that thing urgent for you. And people that don't have goal for that day, they will fall for that. But if you have goal, you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I will join you later. They are making it urgent for you. And we have things that are not urgent, but they are important. What are those things? For instance, if you are preparing for an exam, so these things, exam is so important, but you are preparing for exam maybe in the next couple of months. It is important, but not urgent. Okay, so it is so important that we know how to manage our time effectively. Then another thing is Pareto principle, 80-20 principle. Whatever you have now, the result of whatever you have now, the result of whatever you have now is as a result of the effort you put into it. 80-20. So if you have 80% in mathematics now, just know that the effort you put into it is 20%. The next thing is set SMART goals. Specific goals, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Many of us will know this, so I won't dwell much on this because of our time. The next one is time is your most valuable asset. Use it wisely. You need to use time wisely. It is your most valuable asset. If you ask me what is the most valuable asset, that's time. How are you using your time? As youth, how are you using your time? Time is just like your strength. How are you using it? Ask yourself this question. In conclusion, balance is not about doing everything, but about doing the right things in alignment with your goals. So balance is not about doing everything, no, but about doing the right things, doing that thing that align with your goals. So if you don't know, if you don't have goals, then it means that what you are just doing everything. That means you're not creating balance. So it is so important that we do the right thing, things that align with our goal. Okay, so I pray God help us. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. If you have questions and answer.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. That was a very powerful one. I was jotting right here, and I hope that many of you that are watching us, you're also jotting. All right. And these are strategies that I believe we all should be able to implement in our lives. I really believe that all of the things you've shared are things that we need to implement into our life. Now, I mentioned something when we started this event. I said there is going to be free gift for somebody. So this is going to be the first question. The first question, I'm going to say this. There is not going to be Ojoro here, right? So the first question is going to be, uh, guess what today, Mr. Adeola mentioned mnemonics. All right. I want you to tell me what it is and what each of them mean. All right. I don't want to say it. So you tell me there are about five. Yes, there are about five. So you list the five. Just use the comment box. If you can remember, use the comment box, write it down, and tell me what each of them means. All right. There is a gift for you. That's going to be the first question. All right. Once again, Mr. Adeola, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. We want to go into the questions and answer. But just before we do that, we will quickly go on a short commercial break, and we'll bring Mr. Niji in from Shokeni Solutions. Mr. Niji is the business analyst for Shokeni Solutions. And so we'll be right back. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm so much excited to be here. My name is Ayola, the business analyst of Shokeni Solutions, and once again, I welcome you. Yes, I've really gained a lot from what I heard from Mr. Tosin. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm here this evening to talk about Shokeni Solutions and what we offer and our services in general. So today I'm going to talk about our academy. Our academy is one of our branch in Shokeni Solutions. We offer some other services, but our academy is top notch. I'll tell you that it's top notch. It's a place. It's a conducive environment where you can learn and blend with the current trend of what it looks like outside. I mean, the IT space where you come here, you learn. We have diverse courses. We take graphic design courses where you learn brand identity, Illustrator, lines and shapes. Those are major things you have to capture when you are taking a graphic design course with us. We also take courses on website design and development where you learn about themes, plugins, templates, extensions, because there are several extensions for different things that you want to design. But it will make you, and will give you the right knowledge, will equip you with what you need to know, that will make you balance. No matter where you are in the world, you will still balance to make sure you are still on top of your game. Furthermore, you still take courses on IT. We take courses on IT fundamentals when you talk about MS Word, I mean the Microsoft Word, the PowerPoint, the computer basis, I mean Excel. Those are the major things and key important things you need for your daily activities. Either you are a student, either you are a working class person, whatever you do, you need it. I mean, you really need it. We also do CCTV training and solar installation training too, as one of the art skills that you need to know. You know, Mr. Tosin actually said it the other time, that aside everything that you are doing, even as a student, you still need art skill as one of those things you need to hold on to. So we'll take you through all of these steps, how to make sure all these things connect with each other. CCTV, you learn about the cabling, the connections, you learn about troubleshooting, the design, everything. We'll teach you what the DVR, the difference between DVR and the MVR, solar system. Would put you through all the arrangement of how you connect it, and you won't damage any of your appliances too. So we take network training too, networking training, CCNA, all of those trainings where you will equip you with IP addressing, cabling, interface, and this is a digital world now where you might not be able to put all of this together as one, but after you come, you join us as one of our training. We'll put you all through these stages. Then you yourself, you'll be like, okay, I think I'm good here. I think this is my strength. I think this is my weakness. Okay, let me focus on this. So once you help us focus on what you want to do, then you make it easier for us to put you through. Yeah. So I can tell you for free that this is one place you need to come. Shokeni Solution is here to serve you. And over the years, we've trained quite a lot of people where the balance up, you'll be like, where did you do your training? Yes, it's in, I actually did it in Shokeni Solutions. And I can bet you yours will never be an exception. Right? So I don't know. Yes, we want you to communicate with us. We look forward to having you as one of our trainees. So you can contact us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, you can reach out to us on Shokeni Solutions, on Instagram as well, Shokeni Solutions, and our website is academy, www.academy.shokenisolutions.com. Let me take that again. www.academy.shokenisolutions.com. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.
All right. So thank you once again, Showcase Solutions. Thank you so much for being a wonderful support to this particular event. Thank you. God bless you. Please do well patronize Showcase Solutions. They offer their trainings online and also physically, so you can check them out. Just like you said, at showcaseSolutions.com. All right. So before we go into the question and answer session, Q&A session, Mr. Tosin, and this is actually one of the most sought after session in our events here. But before we go down that road, I think I found my winner already. Quite a lot of people attempted it. Somebody said adopt, adopt balance approach. Okay, ASAP. But I guess the perfect answer I see here is from is from Ayomekun. All right, so it's from Ayomekun. Let me check again. Coming. All right, so it's from Ayomekun. Let me just show it on the screen. So, sir, can you vet this? I guess this is very correct. All right, so this is from Ayomekun. Adapt, balance approach, self-reflection, and set boundaries. Avoid overcommitment, personal growth, and try new things and time management. So wherever you are, Ayomekun, you have won the first, what's it called now? You won the first freebie. So please do well. I guess you received an email from us. So please do well to reach out with your name and your account details. All right, reach out to you with your name and account details to confirm that. So there's still one more question. All right, so watch out. I'm collecting people's account number now. All right, so thank you once again, Mr. Ayomekun. All right, so Mr. Adeola Tosin, thank you so much, sir, for this presentation. It's really a powerful one. So I want us to start the Q&A session with going back to your university days, sir. All right. You graduated with the first class. I was saying sometimes ago, I said, I am not sure that there is anybody that graduated with the first class by mistake. I know many people aim for first class and did not get it. But I am not sure if there is anybody who graduated with the first class and say, I don't know how I graduated. They just dashed me the first class. So I want you to quickly talk about the, let's just make it simple. What is the biggest challenge you faced on your journey to being a first class student from your university when you graduated, sir?
Okay. One of the biggest challenges that, you tend to lose certain friends, lose certain friends because you are focused, tend to lose certain people, certain sets of people, because there are some kind of friends, that were together when we started, but when they discover that, the way this person is going, the goal this person has is quite different from ours. Someone who is chasing A's in all courses is not from someone who is chasing B's. It's not from someone who is chasing C's. So when they discover that this person, that this person is getting, is that this person is too focused, they begin to drift. I begin to lose some kind of, some of my friends actually. And at the same time too, one of the things again, one of the challenge again is should I say distractions too. Distractions. So one of the things is distraction. So you don't need to be, you don't need to be distracted. Want it to be focused. So during those times, there are some kind of, distractions that comes here and there. Some people will be like, oh, come and see this, come and do this, whereas you will not want to do it. So it is so important that if you have a particular goal you want to achieve, you stay focused on it. So one of the things that actually helped me is staying focused. And one of the things is that if I want to do a thing, I always put all my attention in it. I always put all my time in it. So if I always make sure that I put in my best. Even the scripture says that we should, whatever we are doing, we should do it with all our hearts as unto the Lord. So it is so important that whatever we are doing with our best, because there's no how. As you are going, there's no how people, we definitely say something about you. Actually, there's some people that even say something that you study too much, you do this, do you take time to do this, you take time to do that, whereas I have some time that actually I have saved this time, but that one will be after I have studied. But some people will be like, it doesn't go well with them. If you're that kind of person that gives up easily, just be like, that's true, let me just join them. And at the end, you lose your focus. So it is so important that you know where you are going. So you need to stay focused, irrespective of any distraction that might become. So distraction is one of the things, actually.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much for that. There is on the road to success. Definitely, we would of course lose some friends. I think that's certain. I have a question here from Ayomeku, and I want you to kindly quickly address it, sir. He
Okay.
said, thank you so much for your presentation, Mr. Tosin. I have just a question which I state below. What will you do if you are someone that is passionate about a particular profession, but all of a sudden your interest and passion start declining? What will you do if you are passionate about a particular profession, but all of a sudden your interest and passion start declining? Over to you, sir.
This is a very good question. This is a very good question because you have quite a lot of people that actually face this. Actually, the first thing is you need to ask yourself what changed. That's the first thing. You need to ask yourself what changed. And to everything, to every passion, you will have why you want to do a particular thing. So you should know, okay, why do I want to go into this profession? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. Why do you want to go into that profession in the first instance? So you need to analyze the why. So if you discover that, over time, one thing about passion is that it's actually declines over time, because there are some things that you might want to become before. For instance, even me, I wanted to become a medical doctor before. But when I discovered that, it's even, it's jam that even actually changed my, I did jam first time, the second time, the third time, so that kind of thing. So it's not so those times, when I now, got admission into Adeola University to study biochemistry, as I began to study biochemistry, I now began to have that passion for biochemistry. I began to then now found that, oh, this is even my strength. So it is so important to know that passions actually at times it declines with time. So it is so important you know the why. Why is it that you have chosen a particular that profession? Why do if you analyze your why, then you need to know what has changed. Okay, so then next one is to embrace growth. It is so important that you embrace growth. Okay, so you need to look at that thing that has changed. So you for it to be declining, it means that something has changed about that passion. So you need to analyze it. What are those things that have changed? So if those why, why you wanted those things, why you wanted that profession, if those why are still strong, then go for it. Then you need to reignite it, ignite that passion. Because what will help you to reignite that passion is that why. If you are doing a thing, you must have a why. The reason why you want to do that thing. If those reasons are still interest you, if those reasons still interest you, then go on. But if you look at those reasons, I'll be like, no, I don't think like me now. There was a time I had to look at myself. I was like, do I still need to become a medical doctor now? If I want to become a doctor, at least PhD. Doctor, I like it that way. I said, okay, I love it this way. So let me just go on with this. So that is over time. So when I just discovered that, so I prefer this particular course now. So it's so important that you look at what has changed and look at your why. So if your why is, if your why, that passion that you still have, that reason why you want to do that particular profession, if that reason is still of interest to you, good, go for it. But if it is not, you can just embrace growth. Look at other things that you have passion for at the moment. Work so much on it, and that's it.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And again, I must say that another thing we also need to understand, if you have an interest, just to add to what Mr. Tosin said, is that if you have an interest in a particular thing and you start losing motivation or passion for it, so one of the things you need to start building alongside your profession is discipline. All right. Just like he said, as you go on in life, motivation or interest may come down. But when you understand the principle of discipline, that whether it is raining or it is sunning, I must do this particular thing. All right. And if you keep at it, if you are consistent at it, you'll discover that motivation will come along. All right. So don't just give up because you lose motivation in anything you do. All right. So before we go to the next section, I really want to address this. I know that quite a number of you got the answer to the question, all right, whether you are watching from Facebook or from YouTube. But my system here, the system I use here, allows me to manage comments, but from Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. All right. So the response I got was the first person. All right. The first person who gave everything complete. All right. I know many of you got it right. You are brilliant, but I mean, there's still one more chance for somebody. So please pay attention. All right, sir. I want to talk about procrastination, sir. I understand that procrastination is something many of us, in fact, we still battle with procrastination. So I want to ask you, sir, did you ever struggle with procrastination? And if you did, how did you overcome? All right. Are there some strategies you put in place to help you overcome procrastination? Because I understand that, especially for we students, one of our major challenges, exam is coming, all right, and you say, exam is still far away. I will read when it's time to exam. All right. So how do we undo procrastination, especially when it comes to student and examination? Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, procrastination, as is said, procrastination is a thief of time, because it's the essence of procrastination is to actually thief your time, like take away that precious time that you have. Because as we said, that time management is so important. So the first thing that one needs to do is, there is a rule that is known as 5 minute rule. Okay, 5 minute rule. The 5 minute rule is that thing which you want to do. Okay, you look into it. Okay, let me just take 5 minutes to do it. For instance, you want to study, you discover that you are not having, you are just postponing it, procrastinating. Just say, okay, let me spend 5 minutes on it. The moment you start spending 5 minutes on it, the interest begin to grow. So that 5 minute rule is so important. There's no, people, one of the major issues is procrastination. People, many people struggle with this procrastination. Is what I struggled with too. But once the moment I, engage this 5 minute rule, it actually works. So 5 minutes rule. The moment you notice that, okay, this thing you have been procrastinating on a particular thing, just make sure you put in this 5 minute rule. Okay, I will spend 5 minutes in studying. From that 5 minutes, it will grow your interest. Oh, you want to learn a particular skill. You are postponing. Just say, okay, let me take 5 minutes to just learn this skill. Let me take 5 minutes to do this. So it is so important. And when you want to start a thing, make sure you do a countdown. Just do a countdown. That, okay, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, and make sure you do it and avoid distractions. Okay.
Powerful strategy. 5 minutes. I learned that also recently. 5 minutes was very powerful. All right. I also learned something recently, sir. That was time blocking. All right. I personally I use to-do list when it comes to managing my time. All right. Every day I have a book I use on my to-do list. I just write down what are the things I want to do in a day. I just have it there. But recently I have the video on YouTube. You can check it out. I learned about time blocking. So time blocking is basically saying between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. this is what I want to do. Between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. this is what I want to do. Between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So instead of saying that I want to read a particular book today, you can say that, okay, between 12 to 2 p.m. I am going to read this particular book. So when you exceed that particular time, you can do something else. So I think that is also another powerful way with the time, with the 5 minutes rule you also mentioned, right? So I think that's another powerful way that can really help us to, manage our time. All right.
Yes.
Sir, how about, has there been, because we are in a time, especially in Nigeria now, where a lot of students are giving up on school. All right, we hear school na scam. So I want to ask you, sir, was there a time where you wanted to give up? Maybe not necessarily school, but you are just tired. All right, what kept you going?
Okay. Thank you very much. That's a very great question. Saying school is scam, definitely is what I have heard, and at the same time, I have defended over time. I have defended over time in the sense that during those times, when someone, when I finished graduation, where I was learning printing those times, so people, some people would just come and just be like, school is this. So you hear some graduates saying that is scam, is this, is that, Just as I said earlier, if you, one of the most important thing one of the most important things that people fail or students fail to adopt is the balancing. That is to adopt that balance approach. So if you adopt that balance approach, you will definitely know that school worth it. In the sense that, apart from your academics, you have personal growth. Apart from, your academics alone, academics is important, just as we have said, but also personal growth, also those skills. You own those skills, you add it to it. So it is so important for us to know that apart from just our academics, personal growth and skills too, they are so important that we add to it, not just education alone. So the moment you focus only on education and you graduate a very good degree, and at the end there's nothing you can offer apart from that, there's no how you won't say school is a scam. There's no how you won't say it, because all the thing you'll be able to offer, is just based on your what's it called, on what you learned from school alone. No, it shouldn't be. You develop yourself in other aspects, so that when it comes, even getting a scholarship self, it's not just what you've learned in school alone. No, there are lots of things that they will even ask you. There are lots of skills that you even need. Writing skills are there, so you need to even like writing skills, they are there. And at the same time too, networking too is also there. So networking in the sense that you ask people, because how do I know about scholarship or something? It's because of network. I never knew about it those times when I was in university. I never knew about it. It was when I was serving in KB State. That's when I knew about scholarship and all. But I began to talk with some of my friends and all, and they also, some of them too, because some of them too had first class too. So we were posted to same university, first class from so school, first class from different school. So we met. So same goal, we had same goal. So we were talking about scholarship. So me, I was like, how do we get this? They began to explain to me. Me too, I began to put in more. So that is how it is. So it is not just about focusing on academics alone. It is also about your personal growth. So it is so important that apart from academics, you add. So if you have that mindset, if you on those skills, those soft skills and hard skills, I'm telling you, together, even you yourself at the end, you will say school is not scam. Because I still stand and I will always say that school is never a scam. So
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I can see comments here from Pastor Adeola. He said 5 minutes rule. Brilliant. And also from Rosemary, she said, wow, 5 minutes rule. I just learned this now. Thank you for this. Thank you so much, sir, for the 5 minutes rule. I think a lot of people will be able to apply this to overcome procrastination. Sir, I want to ask about, I know when you were during your presentation, you spoke about balancing. So I want to ask, how do you balance your academics with your personal interest, with your social life? All right. It's actually something that a lot of people really find it difficult to manage. All right. You love to play basketball and you are still aiming for maybe first class in school. How, I don't know whether you could just run us through how to balance your academics and your personal interest.
Okay. So just as I said earlier, about the approach. The first one I said, for we need to adopt balance. Okay, balance approach. And the next one we talked about self-reflection. So one thing is to self-reflect. It is so important. Self-reflect in the sense that you have those goals. You have those things, those goals that you already, you already written them down. You have those things you want to pursue. Okay. So you need to self-reflect. Self-reflection is so important, because these are the things that will motivate you. There's nothing as beautiful as self-motivation. There's nothing as beautiful. So self-motivation are things that are very, very important to maintain this what's it called, balance between academics and self-motivation is so important. So the first thing you need to do is to, one, manage your time effectively. How do you manage your time? You should do, okay, this particular time I'm going to, if it is basketball, okay, maybe on Saturday by so time I will go to the courts for basketball. Then if it is football that you want to do, you just make sure you allot time for it and you stick to it. Even social media too, because there are some people that will tell you that they are social media influencer. That how am I going to do? I'm a social media influencer and I like using social media. That's my side hustle or something. You should at the same time, all these things you should bound it with time. So time you should have time bound. So 1 hour for social media. This is how I do. I always say, okay, not that I don't spend time. I spend time, of course, I reply to people. I spend time, even Facebook too. I go to Facebook, listen to some sermons, listen to, I spend time. I would just, okay, 1 hour. This is what I'm going to do for 1 hour. 2 hours, this is what I'm going to do. So you need to allot time to it. So time management is so important. Just as I said earlier, time management is life management. So you need to manage it effectively. So your time is so important. So after time management is self-reflection. So you now reflect, okay, this week now, this week, how many time or what effort have I placed on these things? For instance, the moment you realize that you are spending so much time in football rather than your academics, you know that there's something wrong. Maybe 80% of your time is on football and you no longer study like before. So you know that there's something wrong. And at the same time too, you discover that you have a particular weakness. Maybe you are not able to, maybe public speaking ability or teamwork, all these soft skills, you know that is part of your weakness. You need to work on them. So you self-reflect. So these are the things that I do on daily basis. These are the things I do. Before I go to school, like today now, I've already scheduled, okay, this is what I will do. And after this, I know what to do after this time. If I don't do it, I will know that, this day. So that means that tomorrow, anything I want to do tomorrow, that means that I must add this to my schedule in time tomorrow. So it is so important that we self-reflection is very good, because self-reflection is what brings about self-motivation. Don't expect people to be motivating you. Motivate yourself. Because one of my pastors would say that this life is per head. So it's per head. So you need to motivate yourself. Anywhere you are, just say to yourself, I will motivate myself. It is so important. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, sir. I have a question here by Debussy Dare. He said, let me read it here. He said, I'm a welder and I'm working from morning till night. How can I maintain my time even if I want to read? He said, I'm a welder and I'm working from morning till night. How can I maintain my time even if I want to read? Over to you, sir.
Okay. So that is good to know that you have a particular handwork. And at the same time too, I so much commend your passion. For the fact that you are even able to say, how do I maintain my time that I want, so if you want, it means that you have that passion to even study. But you are looking at the time. One thing you need to know is that as important as your handwork is, also know that studying too is important. Just as we are saying, holistic approach, balance, not just being good, as a welder now, I want to believe that you are very good at what you are doing. Yes. Okay. At the same time as you are good at what you are doing, the same thing too. You spend so much time on that welding work so that you can attain perfection, right? So the same thing too, you need to spend some time too reading. And how can you do that? Just as I said earlier, time management is so important. You need to manage your time very well. You said you are working from morning till night. Morning till night, all the hours we have is 24 hours. So you schedule a particular time to work. Particular time. If you know that, okay, this time is, so there was a student that actually asked me here. A student asked me, let me just chip it that in to answer your question. A student asked me here, one undergraduate, she asked me, she said that she has been busy with work and she wants to write an exam. So she said she's still having an appointment to, hear the book appointment. If you want to, get a particular service, you book an appointment. So he said she has a particular appointment and this and the one statement I made to her, I said that for you to pass this particular course, what you have to do is to inconvenience yourself. Since you know that, okay, there's no time, you have to now inconvenience yourself. Inconvenience yourself, it means that since you know that, okay, you are working and that work entails from morning till night. So it means that you need to schedule. Inconvenience yourself means that you need to wake up. If you have not been waking up to read early in the morning before or at midnight, you need to wake up and read. For instance, now you can just wake up. Okay, I know that in midnight you don't work in the midnight. Thank God you said from morning till night, right? So in the midnight, middle of the night, maybe around 3 or 4, you can just schedule the time, maybe 2 hours. Wake up and read and study. And at the end, I discovered that she even did well in the test after everything. So that is, so if you know that you have been working from morning till night, it's time management. You need to manage that time effectively. Schedule that particular time that you read and stay to that time that you read. So I think time management covers it all. So you need to manage the time effectively. Schedule a particular time that work for you, that you know that, okay, this time if I read, it's, yeah, I will grab. So definitely schedule that time. There's what we call peak focus window. That's the time which, that's your study time. That particular time that when you study, you tend to assimilate more. That's your peak focus window. So you need to identify that time. And that time, you need to chase distraction. You need to avoid distraction at that time. So it is so important.
All right, thank you so much, sir. That's a very powerful response. And to Mr. Dari, I would say to you that you can also understand that there are certain things that are called complementary tasks. All right, I know you are just like Mr. Tosin said, you are a very hardworking man. So you can also the purpose or the end result is for you to gain knowledge. All right. Reading is a way to gain knowledge. There are many other ways to gain knowledge. All right. So one of the ways you are for example, what we are doing right now, you can actually read about it. But you are currently on YouTube or on Facebook right now, and you are gaining this knowledge. So you can give yourself to whatsoever you want to learn by converting it into something that can complement what you are. For example, you are doing your normal business, you can get an audio rendition. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes. I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? But can you hear me? All right.
Yes, I can.
So, as I was saying, so you can get an audio rendition of what you are doing. All right, you can get an audio rendition of what you are doing. So, for example, if you want to learn about time management, you can go to Spotify. All right, you can go to Spotify. You can even come to YouTube Music or something and try as much as possible to get a compatible version of what you want to learn. So, just like you said, you can still go ahead and read whatsoever you want to read. But there are even AI tools now that can help you listen to your notes. All right, you have a PDF that you are supposed to read. You can get an AI tool that can help you listen to what you are supposed to, that you are supposed to learn. All right, so sir, let me, as we begin to tidy up, I want to ask this one question: that what is one thing students should start doing now to succeed in their future career? What is one thing students should do now to succeed in their future career? Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. That thing that you need to do now is, the first thing I would just say is believe. You need to believe that you will succeed. Because your belief is so important. Because even the scripture says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if you have it in your mind that, okay, I will succeed, success is mine, definitely you have. So your belief is so important. And to your belief also, you need to isolate yourself. Isolation is so important. When we say isolation means that just you alone, studying, owning that skill. So isolating yourself is just like you alone studying so that you can show yourself approved. That particular skill that you are learning, you take your time to learn it more. That particular course that you are finding it difficult, you understand? You take your time, so you isolate yourself. You study, find that particular time and study. So these are some important things, or some success strategies. So we need to adopt that too.
Thank you so much, sir. One more question, sir. We are gradually rounding up to this now, but sir, what is one life skill outside academics that you would recommend to any students? Just one life skill outside academics that you recommend to any students?
I would say like soft skill or hard skill. Which one?
Yes, soft skill, sir.
Like soft skill?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would say networking. Like networking. Learn how to network. Like learn how to, collaborate with others. Having interpersonal relationship with people. This is so important because it's when you are having that interpersonal relationship with people, that's when you get opportunities. Don't just say I am me. I don't relate with people. That's who I am. That's who you are. That's true. But at the same time, you need to learn how to interact with people. You need to learn how to associate with people. You need to learn how to communicate well with people. There's one thing to communicate, and there's another thing to communicate well. So you need to communicate well, learn how to communicate well with people. So we have books on that you can read. There are many books on communication, how to effectively communicate with people. So it is so important that we learn interpersonal skills, how to relate with people, and how to network. These are the things that are very, very, very important. So that when you network, that's where you have opportunities. That's when you have a strong, association that can launch you to achieving those great things.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Just before we ask the last question for this event, I want to quickly say this to all the participants. Please, I know we shared data to all of you that registered already. So, and for all of you that got the mail, I mentioned that you will get the second part of the data immediately after this event. All right. So, what you need to do to get the second data is to just mail me or respond to my mail telling me what you learned from this particular event. All right. Tell me what you learned from this particular event. Just give me a summary of what you learned from this particular event. Then that will make me to be sure that you attended this event. All right. So I have a question here by, yes, I still remember that we still have one more question. All right. I still remember we have one more question. I know a lot of you are still expecting. So I have one question here from Bossman. He said, how can I learn some skills while I leave the school by 5:30? All right. How can I learn some skills while I leave the school? Maybe it closes from school 5:30. So how can he still learn skills after leaving school 5:30? Over to you, sir.
Okay, this still deal with time management. So you leave school by 5:30 p.m. Good. After you leave school, what are those things you do? The next thing to do is just to rest first. Catch some rest. And after that, just create 2 hours. Just 2 hours. If possible, daily. If possible, at least daily. Or let's say, even in 2 weeks, maybe 3 days in 2 weeks. Just create 2 hours. Just write down 2 hours. You said 5:30. So when you close by 5:30, at least when you get, maybe you find one or two things to eat and all, create 2 hours in that day. Then you said, how can I learn some skills while I leave the school by 5:30? So how you can learn it is by what? Creating a time, even if it is 2 hours. or 3 hours for that particular skill. And as I said earlier, that you can get online courses. You can get courses online. Even on, if you check LinkedIn, you get lots of information there. As I said, that after this, make sure you have a LinkedIn account. It's so important, please. Make sure you have it. So how you can learn it now is by scheduling time. Time management is so important. So make sure you schedule a particular time that you are going to learn this particular skill. So once you schedule it, stick by it. Don't procrastinate. It could be 8 p.m. to maybe 8 p.m. to maybe 9 or 10 p.m. You understand? So it could be, just as I said, it could be online, which is very, very important. So you can use that particular time to learn it every day if possible. But if it is maybe in terms of weekly, it could be 3 times in a week. Just 2 hours alone, dedicate it and stick by it. Don't procrastinate, as we said.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Someone asked a question here. I think this is the last question. I said, please, you talked about having LinkedIn accounts. How do I go about it? I don't know, maybe you want to respond to that, sir.
Yeah, I think that is quite easy. Just go to Play Store, go to Play Store, you see LinkedIn there, just like Facebook now. Go to Play Store, you get LinkedIn, download it. After you download, you ask for some details. Just like the way you open your Facebook and all these accounts too, the same way. And at the same time, you put some of your achievements there. Those things that some of your experiences and all. So that is where you even know that these are some, if you discover that some experiences are lacking, that's when you even know that, okay, you now self-reflect that, oh, I need also thing to add to it. And if you see others too, because you can just look at, these are some of the skills. There are some skills that you might not even know, and you see others getting certified with it. Be like, oh, this is good. I can also learn this. It's a platform, it's a professional platform, actually. That's why that's why people are not, most people do not really know much about it. But it is a professional platform. I heard about it too during my service here too. I didn't hear about it when I was in school. I heard about it during my service here. So I would recommend that platform. It's a professional platform and a good platform for especially students and career person.
All right. Thank you so much. At this point, I would start tidying things up, and I want to appreciate every one of you that have joined up until now. I want to say it is a good time for you to like this particular video, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, and do well to subscribe. We do this weekly. In fact, sometimes we do this 2 times a week. We bring different guests to come and talk about different topics. All right. And we want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Adeola Oluwatosin Benjamin. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, sir. It's my pleasure, sir.
We are really, really honored to have you on our show tonight. Thank you so much. All right, sir, before we let you go, we have some impromptu questions we ask all of our guests. It's impromptu because it really does not have anything to do with what's it called, with our conversation today. So, but it's not difficult question. We have 3 questions we love to ask our guests, and we ask these questions because so that our audience will have a better feel of our guests and understand life from their perspective. All right.
Okay.
So I hope that my system will develop. Maybe the next time you'll be coming here. I already said that one of these days, when I'm asking this particular set of questions, I'm going to get drum rolls. I'm going to get drum rolls so as to create that sensation. All right. So, but the first question, sir, is if you meet your 7-year-old self, what would you tell him? If you have the opportunity to meet your 7-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Be disciplined. That's what I would say. Be disciplined, be focused, and at the same time, don't be distracted. That's the major thing, because these are some of the things that has actually helped me. Be disciplined, focused, not distracted. Disciplined, focused, not distracted. So once you are disciplined, you are focused, I'm telling you, that's the most, very, very important. Very, very important.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. The second question, sir, is what book or audio or video would you recommend to anybody? Just one book that you would recommend to anybody to read right now. It could be on productivity, or it could be on time, and it could be on anything. What book would you recommend to anybody to read right now?
In Pursuit of Purpose by Dr. Miles Monroe. I recommend it over and over again. In Pursuit of Purpose. Please, if you have not read that book, please just go and read it. In Pursuit of Purpose by Dr. Miles Monroe. I would recommend it.
Thank you so much, sir. I've read that book personally, and that book is a very powerful one. All right. So, In Pursuit of Purpose. Thank you so much, sir. The last question, sir, is going to be that if there is anybody you would love to meet right now, if there is anybody you would love to meet right now, who is that person and what would you tell that person? Whether dead or alive. If there is anybody you love to meet right now, whether dead or alive, who will that person be and what would you tell or ask that person? Over to you, sir.
Like, if I want to meet someone, like this kind of, okay, can I go spiritual?
Of course, please. You are free. It's your time. It is you that you want to meet the person.
Okay. Actually, if I want to meet someone, like I want to meet is Jesus, actually. It's Jesus, because they are pressing, they are pressing questions, that because they are kind of things that he has done, especially to his children, that I kept wondering that, wow, how does he do this kind of things? How? So I keep wondering, there are lots of questions actually, but it's Jesus actually. And I recommend him to anyone listening to me. Sincerely speaking, I recommend him to anyone.
Thank you so much. So, but you've not given us what one question would you ask Jesus if you meet him?
Okay, the one question I will ask him.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Just one of the questions you would love to ask him.
Okay. Why he loves me so much? Why he loves me so much? Like,
right.
The love is so much, so massive. So why he loves me so much?
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate every one of us that we are live until now. Again, for those of you live that you've gotten the first set of data, please, to get your second batch of data, please try as much as possible respond to the email that was sent to you. Send me a summary or the lesson you learned from this particular production. All right. Send me the lessons you learned from this particular production. Okay, so my last question, very simple. This one is going to be very simple. It's going to be the fastest finger, the cheapest question ever, because the answer is still very recent. All right, I hope nobody's video is lagging. Mr. Tosin mentioned a platform he recommends you should go and join right now. He said if you don't even have the accounts, you should go and create the accounts. What is that platform? So I'm going to be waiting for the answer. Mr. Tosin, once again, thank you so much. Thank you. We are so much grateful. God bless you. This Ayomikun doesn't want to give anybody to do. Oh, goodness. All right. So, Mr. Tosin, before we go, I want you to just give your last word of advice. Maybe somebody is just joining in. What is your last word of advice to anybody concerning productivity, especially even for students, what would be your last word of advice to them? Over to you, sir.
What I would just say is that whatever you do it with all your heart. If you have a passion for a particular thing, make sure you put your heart to it. Be focused. Don't lose focus. That's what I would say. Don't lose focus. Be focused. That's what I would say. Be focused.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Be focused. All right. I want somebody, if you can still hear me, type on the comment box, be focused. Be focused. Mr. Tosin, we are really grateful. All right. We are really grateful right from onward. Am I correct with the onward? Is he onward?
It's Howard actually. Howard University.
Howard,
Yeah,
okay.
it's Howard.
You know me, I'm using Yoruba Nigerian pronunciation. All right. So, but thank you so much. We are really grateful. We are really grateful. So, thank you so much. We really hope that hopefully maybe before the year runs out, we'll also invite you again. And I must tell you, everyone, especially if you are a benefactor or beneficiary of the data that you receive, the data was sponsored by our guest today. All right, sir, thank you so much. We are really grateful. All right, even the gift you are receiving is also sponsored by our guests. We want to say a very big thank you, all the team in Life Growth with Olafisoye again, Life Growth International. We want to say very big thank you. God bless you. God bless you greatly. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, sir.
All right. Thank you.
So everybody, we've come to the end of today's session. All right, we've come to the end of today's session, and I want to mention the second winner. I'm not going to give this gift to Ayomikun again. I mean, I am not going to give Ayomikun again. I don't know Ayomikun, but I mean, you want to receive two gifts in a no. So I'm going to give it to the second person so that it is evenly divided. All right. So the second person I'm seeing here is Bossman. All right, Bossman. So Bossman, if you register for this event, ensure you send me your mail. I'll reply to the mail and send your account number. All right, send your account number to the mail. All right, send your account number to the mail. All right. I want to appreciate every one of you for joining today. Thank you so much. Every one of you, your participation today is top notch. In fact, I guess this is the first time we're having optimal participation. The comment box was just rolling in. I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you. Please do well to subscribe to Live Go to Olafisoye again. All right. You can check our platform out on Spotify. All right. You can check our platform out on Spotify. You can check it on Apple Music. All right. You can check it on Amazon Music. But on YouTube, we make production regularly. Next month, we'll be talking about something very different, especially if you're a professional. You need to be around next month. So subscribe, click on the notification bell, and we are really going to see you by God's grace. I want to say a very big thank you. My name is Olafisoye again, and God bless you. Don't forget, send me a report. Don't let me call it a report, a summary of what you've learned in today's session. I'm going to send you your data. You've spent your time, you spent your data. We will definitely compensate you. I think maybe, hopefully, maybe we'll keep on doing this. Hopefully, I'm not promising, but one thing I will promise is at every of our events, there is going to be gifts. That one I'm going to promise. But for data, hopefully. Once again, we want to appreciate Show Kenny Solutions. Show Kenny Solutions, thank you. Show Kenny Solutions is a major sponsor again in this event. Show Kenny Solutions, thank you. Until another time we see again, what should I say? God bless you. Amen.